Jermall Charlo versus Jose Benavidez Jr. 10 rounds in the 160-pound division. This is on the undercard of David Benavidez and Demetrius Andre. Correct me if I'm wrong. I actually believe it's at 163 pounds, right? I could be wrong on that, but I don't think it's actually at 160 pounds. I think it's at 163, something like that, catch weight. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's start with Jermall Charlo. 32 wins, no losses, 22 wins by way of knockout. We have not seen Jermall Charlo in the ring since 2021. So 2 years now and some months. We know he's been going through some things with his family, trying to get that all sorted out, trying to get himself mentally right. A lot of people have mixed feelings about all of that. But if he's coming into the ring, then we have to believe that he is in good spirits, both physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, that he is ready to get back into the ring. Every person battles something. And if you're watching this and you're battling something, I want to encourage you and remind you to take care of yourself. It's very important that you take care of you. But man, 2 years outside of the ring, that's a big deal to me. Inactivity is always a big deal in the sport of boxing because the window is so short where you're on top. And right now he's still a champion, so he's still on top. And when you're inactive, everyone else in the division who is staying active are getting sharper, they're getting better, and they're harnessing and cultivating their skills a little bit more. Will it be detrimental on the night for Jermall Charlo? Probably a little bit. He's only human, and when you haven't done something in a while, you take a little bit longer to get back into the groove and the fluidity of how you do. However, Charlo is a natural athlete, so I'm expecting him to bounce back a little bit quicker than others who don't have that same athleticism and skill set that he does. I've seen some training videos of him, and to be honest, he looked pretty good. Saw some sparring videos. He looked pretty good. He's working with Roy Jones Jr. a little bit on some stuff. And from the videos that I've seen, the jab still looks nice. The head movement seems to be improving a little bit. His movement doesn't look as stiff as we've seen him before, but it's one thing to do that in sparring. It's another thing to do it in the ring in real time, right? What did he look like when we last saw him? That's what we have to judge. His last fight was against Juan Montiel, and Charlo hit Montiel a whole lot in that fight, but he just couldn't get him out of there, man. Montiel was too tough for his own good that night. You know, sometimes it looked like he was trying to force his way into the fight. When he was using his jab, he was able to set his openings and his shots up a little bit better. He countered very well in that fight. But there were also some times when Jermall looked like he lunged forward and lost his balance. And if Montiel was a little bit quicker, a better counter puncher, he might have been able to make Charlo pay with some counter shots that would have really made it a problem. I do like the aggression of Charlo, but it wasn't the controlled aggression that's needed to really capitalize. He was dominating this fight, but Montiel wasn't making it easy by no means, man. In the 8th round, man, Charlo got caught with some nice shots. And again, in the 10th round, he got caught with some nice shots by Montiel. You got to credit him for his will and the internal belief and the endurance of him just being able to be in the fight and not wanting to go down. And it was paying off towards the back end of the fight because Charlo was getting a little bit more tired. And that's when he was able to land more clean, flush shots. But ultimately, he didn't do enough, and he didn't have enough to beat Charlo on that night. Charlo got the win. But I'm looking forward to seeing Charlo back in the ring again, man. I'm just not sure. Like many of you, we aren't sure what he's going to look like. Let's talk about his opponent, Jose Benavidez Jr. 28 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 19 wins by way of knockout. What I like about Benavidez, man, is that he always seems ready to fight, man. Dude is waiting for the opportunity, and he's not afraid to take it. He wants the challenge. Look forward to the challenge. I don't know him personally, of course, but he seems like a very strong-willed individual. Being shot in 2016, surviving that, coming back from that, takes a certain level of mindset that you have to have, right? And if you're watching this, you have that same mindset as well. Right? The ability to recover from difficult situations and overcome them and press forward with a plan and a purpose that he did. You have that same thing in you as well for those who are going through challenging times. 2 years after the incident, man, he comes back and he fights 3 times, including a fight with who? Terrence Bud Crawford. Against Bud, man, personally, I thought he put on a very, very good performance. And even though he lost that fight, I thought it was one of his better performances of his career, right? He didn't have the speed to match Bud. He didn't have the skill set to match Bud. He didn't have the movement, the agility, nor the athleticism to match Bud, but he had the confidence and the physicality and the consistent volume to make it a little tough for Bud to completely have his way. He wasn't just letting Bud completely take over the fight. The speed difference was apparent, right? But he did have his moments, man. He caught Bud with some clean flush shots, some nice body shots, nice hooks, and was even able to slip a few of Bud's punches, right? He punched in combinations when he could, and he tried to be elusive as best as he could. He's tough, man. He took some big, big shots, man, some big, big body shots, and he was able to at least walk through them with confidence and still come forward. Right. Bud was hitting him from everywhere, though, in some of those rounds, man, from all angles, especially to the body, as I just said. But I thought he held his own. But in the end, man, Bud was just too much of everything on the night. And he got stopped in the 12th round for the first time in his career. He almost went the full fight. A lot of people weren't expecting that. It was a very valiant effort, man. Hats off to him. But after that, we didn't see him back into the ring until 2021 when he fought Emmanuel Torres, and they fought to a draw. But I thought that was a fight where the ring rust was very apparent, man, and it showed, right? Because I thought he got outboxed by Torres. I was very impressed by how Torres fight. Benavidez wanted to make it a brawl, standing in front of him and trading shots, but Torres wasn't about that life. And I don't blame you. 5 knockouts on your resume, you should not be about that life. And he stuck to his game plan. And I thought Torres actually won the fight, man. I didn't think it was a draw. I thought Torres did enough throughout the rounds to win this fight. After that, moves forward. He steps into the ring with Danny Swift Garcia last year. And honestly, it was more or less how it looked like when he fought Torres, except Danny Garcia made it look better, right? And he was more effective in what he was doing. It was probably one of the better boxing fights that I've seen of Danny Garcia. The moments when Benavidez was having success was when he was walking and carrying the pressure and cutting off Danny from moving and having him, well, try to position him in a stable position where he could hit a target that wasn't moving, right? Where he could use, he still got good pop in his shots, right? He still goes to the body, still puts together good combinations, and he was having success when he was able to cut off the ring a little bit and keep Danny Garcia from moving, but he did not have the agility nor the lateral movement to be able to keep up with guys who are able to move. And in that fight, Danny Garcia moved much better than we have seen him in previous fights. But he did still give Danny Garcia some good body shots, some good power punches, still hit him with some nice jabs straight down the middle, right? I even liked when Garcia came with the overhand right, Benavidez ducked it and gave him that two nice uppercut, man. He was able to do that and really have success doing that. But I thought he did fight better than when he fought Torres. But again, he did not have enough to come away with the win. In his most recent fight, he fought Sladan Jananin. That was easy work for Benavidez, man. It was exactly what he needed. Janjian was not a guy who was able to move very well. He's a guy that likes to fight right in front of you. He's not going to be hard to hit, not going to be hard to find. He's going to be right there. And that is exactly the type of style that is catered to Jose Benavidez, man. And he got the stoppage win in the 5th round. Well, not a stoppage. Well, it is a stoppage win, but his opponent did not come out of the corner. His corner stopped the fight, but that was easy work for Benavidez. So who wins? Even though Charlo has been inactive in the recent years, I think this one plays out like how it did when he fought Danny Garcia, right? Benavidez is going to have his moments, but I think Charlo is going to come in and box smartly and come out with the win. I think he's going to look a little bit rusty at the beginning, but I think he's going to find his groove, man. I just think even with the activity, he can still do a little bit more than Benavidez can, especially at this stage in their career. I think it goes the distance. I like Jermall Charlo winning this fight by decision. What are your thoughts on this fight? Who do you have winning this one? Let me know in the comment section below. If you're enjoying the videos, enjoying the content, getting something from it, want to support, there's a couple ways you can do so. You can like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, share with a friend, engage in the comments, engage with the community. If you would like to support by way of donation, you can find options in the description below. Also, my Cash App handle will be on screen as well. The holiday season is about here. Every year, I try and do something for my community. All of the donations that you choose to put forth towards the channel, man, we're going to put some of that money on a gift card and hand it out to the homeless. And I'll make sure to get photos of that for us, man. I believe in impact. I believe in making a difference. And for those that are supporting the channel, just know every amount that you put forth goes towards supporting this channel and making an impact in different ways. So I appreciate each of you. So with all that being said, if you've been watching the video, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, and we'll definitely see you next time.